All good to go?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Danvers Zoning Board of Appeals. We are now in session. I would first ask if you could silence your mobile devices or cell phones, and so we're not disturbed throughout the meeting. I'll start by introducing our zoning board members. To my right is Chris Dembowski. Our clerk tonight will be Corrine Doherty. Myself, John Bowner, I'm the chairman. To my left is Ken Jarvinen, and down to my far left is Kevin Burridge. All 5 members will be voting tonight. From our planning department is our planning director, Mr. Brian Zakelli. Members, we were all in receipt of minutes dated September 8th of this year, 2025. If there's no further discussion, if I could get a motion on those minutes.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
And seconded?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Very good. I'll briefly just go over our procedures. The clerk's going to read the note.
Just for the record, Mr. Chairman, I did not vote on that because I wasn't present at the meeting.
Okay, very good. Yep, I'll note that. Thank you. Our procedure is such: the clerk will read the notice. Once the notice is read, we ask that you go to the podium there at the microphone. We are on Danvers Cable, so it's helpful for our minutes people, but also for anybody tuning in at home. Please give your name, your address, and whether you're a public comment or if you're an applicant. Please just tell us what it is you'd like to do. At that point, I'll turn it over to our board. Our board will ask questions of the applicant. Once the board has completed asking their questions, we'll go back out to the audience for public comment. From there, I'll close the public comment off, and the board will give you your options based on our deliberations. And from that, you'll get a good kind of sense on how the board's leaning towards your particular case. And I think I've addressed everything. We're going to change up our order a little bit tonight, and we have a couple of continued cases. Madam Clerk, if we could start with our first continued case.
The first item on the docket is 342 Andover Street, R3, map number 39, lot 010A. Request a finding to expand a pre-existing non-conforming use of the property to allow landscaping businesses that park in the rear of the property to also be able to park in the front of the building. Additionally, an expansion of the use of the main building to allow other businesses to rent professional or general office space inside the building as the dental lab is no longer operational. Request by Guy Costanza, docket number 25-5108.
I understand we're in receipt of a letter asking for a continuance.
Yes, it is dated Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Hi, Brian and Company. I guess I can't give you an exact time. Wait a minute, let me start from the beginning. I apologize for the extended delay and didn't mean to let it get that far. I do not have a surveyor hired yet, but we'll make sure I take care of that this week. I guess I can't give you an exact time frame until I hire them, but we definitely need to continue, and hopefully 4 weeks would suffice. Best regards, Guy Costanza.
Okay, so we have a motion to continue to October 20th. If I
Second.
could get I need someone to make that motion.
Can I make a motion to continue this case until the 10/20/25 meeting?
I got Chris to make a motion. I need a second.
Second.
And any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. And we're going to call 75 Sylvan Street next. Thank you.
75 Sylvan Street, I-2 District, map 51, lot 31. Request a variance under section 37-3-3 to allow 2 single-sided and 2 double-sided signs in addition to the 2 freestanding signs currently on site. Request made by 75 Sylvan Street LLC in care of Nancy McCann Esquire, docket number 25-5116.
Would you like to speak, or I just have us read the letter? Okay. And we're in receipt of a letter on that property as well.
Yes, from Attorney McCann. Dear Board members, on behalf of the applicant, 75 Sylvan Street LLC, I request that the hearing on the above matter be continued without discussion to your meeting of October 6, 2025. Thank you for your consideration. Very truly yours, Nancy McCann, Esquire.
Could I get a motion to continue this to our October 10th meeting? Sorry, 6th.
I make a motion to continue this matter until 10/6/25.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll see you on the 6th. Thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, if we could read our first case.
9 MacArthur Boulevard, R1, map 61, lot 15, requests a special permit under section 32D in order to build an addition to convert a conforming two-family dwelling into a conforming three-family dwelling. Request made by Thomas McCormick and Cheryl Leon McCormick in care of James Cipolletta, Esquire, docket number 25-5115.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, honorable members. James Cipolletta, I'm the attorney for Tom and Cheryl McCormick. My law office is at 5 Fremont Street in Winthrop. I always like to get the sense sometimes that the boards like to be acquainted with the applicants, because sometimes there are conditions should the relief be granted, and the board should probably have some sense of whether these people have the ability and the credibility to follow those conditions. So I think it was always helpful to give a little bit of background. So Tom is the owner of Salt Construction Company, and he is engaged in building out large retail complexes around the country. He's very familiar with the construction industry and also with planning. His wife, Cheryl, is the assistant town manager and the town planner for the town of Winthrop. So she had a big hand in putting together this project with her knowledge and sort of understanding of what the neighborhood would benefit from and what the pros and the cons were, and massaging the plans to come out with the best possible one to present to the board. So as the application states, this is a request for a special permit to convert a conforming two-family to a conforming three. This would be accomplished simply by adding, if looking at the plan of the front of the building, you see that there is, to the left, the majority of the house is 2 stories, and on the right-hand side, where those stairs are, is a 1-story, and it includes only about 400 square feet of living space. The plan simply calls for building on top of that, within the footprint, about 400, give or take, maybe fewer square feet of living space right on top of that, so as to bring the roof line across, maintaining the style of the home and integrating into the style of the homes surrounding it. All of the construction would be within the footprint, and all of the construction would take place in compliance with the existing dimensional regulations. No height relief would be required, no side or front yard relief would be required. The interior would be for living space. As you can see there, there's going to be a little extension over the top of the existing one-story side of it there, that's going to be part of the living space for the third unit. Why 3 units, and why this configuration? Well, Tom and Cheryl have 3 children, 27, 30, 32. They're all out of the house. It is the plan to have the children all in that house. And the way that it was done was to make sure that if the relief is granted and they all get their own living space, is to condominium the building and deed each one of those spaces to the 3 children. Pretty good planning, estate planning, I would say. So where they have 3 children now and 2 apartments, no fights. If it was just going to be rental, they don't want to rent it out. Each child would have the pride of ownership. They would have the ability that many people in that age group really struggle to have, to own something, and it would be within the family. Yes, is it possible that in 10 or 15 years, one of them may have a family, they're going to outgrow it and sell it? Perhaps. But I think, in my experience, it's always been that if somebody owns the property and there's a condominium association, it's better kept. There are some things that need to be addressed legally, and I know that under Chapter 40A, what the standard is of special permit, whether or not it is substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the current use. I would suggest that it's not. The simple addition of 1 more bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 1 kitchen in that space is not detrimental. In fact, by right, they could still build on within that footprint, make that 400 square feet part of the other living space on the 2nd floor, and you're still going to have the same number of livable square feet, the same number of people, the same number of bedrooms, on and on. And I think it's important to note that, and I know the board and its expertise understands that you can't always estimate the number of people who are going to inhabit a property by saying, well, it's a 1-family, 2-family, or 3-family. Essentially, it's easier to count bedrooms. So it would be the same number of bedrooms if they built it out as a matter of right and extended the living space on the 2nd floor and made that existing, or the existing 2nd-story apartment larger. It all comes out. It's zero sum. All they're doing is essentially making a 3rd unit, which would be segregated. All 3 members of the family unit would have their own. And important to note, Cheryl talked to some of the people in the neighborhood. Obviously, she couldn't talk to everybody because she works. Everything that's going to be done is going to be done on that right-hand side. It's not going to encroach within the setbacks. It's not going to go outside of the footprint. In the left side, I know that there is a way that you could park there and maybe come down to park on the back. They don't want to do that. They're not going to park on that left side setback. They don't want to take up any of the green space. They want to conserve the open space and keep it essentially the way it is. They do have to remove some of the stairway in the front and that little porch that's on the right-hand side to accomplish that. That's not increasing any of the setback requirements, and it's not going to result in a violation of any of the setbacks. It's just a way to keep that smooth contour of the front of the house, add a small stairway to that 1 doorway that you see on the right-hand side that is in the setback, and also to make it a little more appealing and more in line with the neighborhood. If there are any questions, certainly Tom and Cheryl designed this. They're happy to answer them, very capable of answering them, more so than I would be. But if there are any with respect to the zoning ordinances or any zoning implications, I'm happy to answer any that the board may have.
Very good, thank you. And
Thanks, sir.
Attorney, I just want to make sure I get your last name right. Is it Cipoletta?
Cipoletta. It's been
Cipoletta.
anglicized, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Cipoletta. Great. I will open it up to questions, and I'll start down there with you, Chris.
The units themselves, I'm assuming the first floor is Unit 1, and that's strictly just the first floor?
That's correct. The first
Could you,
floor-
could you identify yourself, please?
Sure. Cheryl McCormick, 9 Cassiotis Lane, Middleton, Mass. Currently the owner of 9 MacArthur Boulevard.
Thank you.
My husband, Tom. So the first floor is where my daughter would stay, and that is, I believe it was currently 2 or 3 bedrooms, but We're going to probably make it a one-bedroom with a closet. She wants to have one big bedroom, so she'll stay on the first floor. Second floor is 2 bedrooms and an office, and my son will live there with his fiance. And the third unit will be my youngest, which would be the smallest space he gets by adding that second addition.
And I'm assuming off the first floor in the front, Brian, if you could go back to the first floor. The front closest to the driveway, is that like a mudroom area where they'll all have access to that, which will also get them access to the basement as well?
That's correct. That'll
Okay.
be common area. We actually are relocating, well, actually, we're adding stairs to go up to the second floor, because currently the existing stairs, if you can see to the right where it says Unit 3,
Yep.
access the second floor. Just to keep the conformity of the single-family home in the front, we wanted to just have the stairs in the front, so then my son will access the second floor that way, and then they'll all be in a common area and each be able to access the basement.
And they'll obviously all have 2 means of egress, I would assume?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you, I'm all set, thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Corinne?
Yes, actually, may I go out to the planning director?
Yes, you may.
Brian, I drove by last week, and I thought I saw construction vehicles out in front. Has construction started on this property?
Yeah, so they're doing, a remodel. They have building permits for that are unrelated to the use currently, so, but yes, I mean, they could.
And just to further
Okay.
clarify, there's been no construction for that addition. We have permits for the basement and renovations of kitchens and bathrooms, which we're in the process of doing, but we haven't done anything on that side unit yet.
Okay. What are you doing in the basement? Is it
just-
Is it a finished basement? Are you
No,
renovating?
it's an unfinished basement. We're just putting up walls. We took down some walls and insulating. It'll be all open space.
Okay. Okay, and what is your plan? I know you said there's plenty of parking, but what is your plan for parking?
Currently, there's parking for 4. We're just going to widen the driveway to accommodate 2, but there will only be 3 vehicles at the end of this because all of my children have vehicles, but my son's fiance does not drive, so there'll only be 3 cars. I'll accommodate 6 because I have to, but there will only be 3 vehicles.
Well, can you show us on the plans
It's
how
on
you
the, it's on
accommodate
the
that?
plot plan.
Oh, it is?
Just a moment.
I didn't see it on the plot plan.
I didn't either.
It's just, well, they put the dimensions.
Yes, I spoke to Brian prior and had them map it out on the plot plan where the parking would be. Just widening it.
So you can fit 6 cars on that? And you're right, you might only be parking 3, but the requirement is for 6, and if they
Understood.
sold the units, you would need the 6 parking spaces.
Yes, I can accommodate 6 easily.
So the bylaw allows it, it's 3, and it's 3 all in tandem.
We would do 2, 2, and 2.
Correct. So all of them would be tandem, so your unit would be 2 cars in tandem, your next unit.
Correct.
Okay, so if the person in the front needs to get out, you have to do all that.
You gotta shuffle it out.
Okay. Okay, no additional questions now. I might have more later.
Thanks, Corinne. Ken?
So you're converting from a conforming 2-family dwelling to a conforming 3-family, but you need 30,000 square feet in the lot for a 3-family?
Not as a matter of right, I can do it as long as I don't enlarge the existing footprint, so I can convert.
Is
Right.
that true, Mr. Planning Director?
You're both right. So if you just had vacant land, you needed 30,000 to do 3. But for a dwelling conversion, you only need 2,500 square feet of land per unit. So it's because they're going through the dwelling version special permit that they are compliant with what we would consider a 3-family for a dwelling conversion.
Okay, also, is that the same for the setbacks go bigger too? You need 30 in the side. No, wait, sorry.
This was
Yeah,
15.
it wouldn't
That
matter,
was
and the
15,
footprint is
yeah.
not changing, so more importantly.
Yeah, the building size doesn't change.
Okay, all right, so the setbacks don't, yeah, no, it says 30
This is
for
an
side
R1.
setbacks you would need, yeah. Right now, it's 8. All right, so it's gonna stay in the same footprint in the side and everything. So the dimensional, it's fine. All right, I have no other questions.
Thanks, Ken. Kevin?
I would like to say what a nice use it is you're planning to put the property to. It's kind of like putting all three of your kids in a get-along shirt. That's great. But I guess if I can just touch on a couple of the items that my fellow board members touched on already. So for parking, my understanding of the bylaw is that parking cannot be within the setbacks, right? So it to me, with that driveway, if you park tandem, the rear car gets into the setback.
So, in general, you find that for commercial properties, if you look into any neighborhood in Danvers, you obviously don't want people parking on the sidewalk, but people being completely compliant, meaning that their driveway is just, I mean, I couldn't tell you what percentage of driveways are directly up to that sidewalk line, where people park, because that's where they've parked for 50 years. So as long as they're not in the right-of-way, that's fine, if that means anything.
And we're not even encroaching on
Well,
the right, we stayed within the 5
Yeah,
feet.
it makes sense to me, except that only the conversions, as far as I know, have a specific requirement that say, and the parking shall not be within the setback. So 2 off-street parking spaces shall be provided for each unit unless a reduced number is granted by the SPGA. Parking areas shall not be located within the front yard setback and shall be screened from adjacent properties as required by the SPGA.
All right, I think that has to do with new parking, the fact that there's already parking in the setback now, that's part of this, like, that's part of what you need to review, but there's already parking in the setback currently.
Exactly.
But we'd be adding two more, or, well, at least one more that would be within the setback, it sounds like, right? Because we're going to widen that driveway to accommodate 2 more
One more
vehicles.
tandem.
Correct, one more tandem, but only one of them potentially could be in the setback.
Right.
Both of them wouldn't be, but at most one would be. You're
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, and then my next question, and it's the last area I want to touch on, like a lot of times, it seems like a lot turns on the word substantial, right? So the zoning bylaw suggests to me that it says, except for additional exterior entrances. And so that kind of gives us a clue as to what means substantial. So it seems to suggest that even the addition of a door is substantial. And this seems to me to be more than the addition of a door, right? The exterior outline is going to change a bit. I don't say for a minute that it looks any less like a residential house or anything like that. Still fits the neighborhood. So I guess, Attorney Cipolletta, am I off on how I'm interpreting substantial, or how would you interpret it in this case?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, through you to the member.
Sure.
The reference to that you're making is to chapter 40A, and what they're talking about in the special permit section of that is that the standard would be whether or not the proposal is substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing use. So where we're talking about a use, and instead of perhaps a pre-existing non-conforming structure or pre-existing non-conforming use in a special permit in that realm, the definition of substantial, now you can make, the board is the final arbiter of whether or not it's substantially more detrimental. First, you have to make a finding, is this detrimental? And if it is it more substantially more detrimental than the current use? That's what I was referring
Bring
to.
it up.
Okay, so Mr. Zacchelli will bring it up, but I refer, sir, to our zoning bylaws, which I'm sure incorporate that same, echo the same terms used by 40A for a reason, but
Do you have any additional questions?
just to get this gentleman's comment on. So this is my question as to the exterior appearance of the structure shall not substantially change.
Right.
So this board, I think, in the past has interpreted that to mean, except for those entrances, will not change, except for perhaps one other case. So I'm just having a hard time and giving you a chance to explain to me why I shouldn't have a hard time thinking that the exterior change is a substantial change.
Well, it says the exterior appearance, so they did a lot of work to try to maintain the current appearance of the home. They didn't super modernize it, they didn't change it in height. It's substantially the same architectural elements to it. It is, the use obviously is the same, it's a residential use. So, a substantial, shall not substantially change and shall remain residential. Yes, it's remaining residential. Is the appearance of the structure substantially different? I guess it would be another way to put it. No, not really, because what they're doing is they're going up. They're taking things away from the front. They're taking that porch out, they're taking the steps out, they're relocating one of the entrances. And from the 10,000-foot view, when you look at this project, is that making it wildly different? No. Is it making it, and I hate to try to use the word substantial to define substantial, but is it materially different? I mean, it still looks like a one-family house. It has one addition to it, which was within the footprint, which is able to be done as a matter of right. So I would say, in defense of the plan, that it does not substantially change the character or the appearance of it.
Thank you.
It's a natural growth.
That's it, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. All right, let me see if we can put some numbers to this. So this third unit you're proposing to add, what would the square footage of that be? Approximate, it's fine.
Currently, the first floor addition, I believe, is approximately 400 square feet. We're looking to add about 318 square feet on the second floor, totaling that third floor unit at 718 square feet total.
So approximately 800 square foot unit.
713.
And the first two units, what are their sizes?
1,100,
Each?
yes.
So I guess that's whichever kid you like the best gets
Well,
the
that's
big
why the
ones.
youngest is getting the smallest unit, correct.
I'm struggling with the parking, and I'll tell you why. I did a site visit yesterday. That asphalt is to your neighbor's fence. Your grass strip over there is approximately 5 feet wide. So you're saying
Keeping that.
you're gonna widen that?
I'm keeping that. I'm not asking for a variance on the right setback. I meet the 5-foot setback to the fence, so that grass strip will stay. I'm going to the left.
Okay, so
To
you're
the
going in
stairs.
towards the
Correct.
center of the house more. And
Just
how many
before the
feet are you
stairs.
adding on that side?
How many?
Approximate's fine?
6 feet? About 6 feet
So
over.
I mean, I'm looking at,
I could have gone over to the left, but I wanted to be considerate with my neighbors to the left. And
here to the chair, please.
sorry, I could have added parking to the left side of the house, but being considerate and not wanting to
Yeah,
interfere
no, I
with
understand.
that.
I'm just trying to understand the plan in general, so.
Just widen it 6 feet.
So you widen it, and you widen it towards the center of the house, but to the left if you were facing the house.
So if you're facing the house, it'll probably come just before the front set of stairs, widening it just before the front
Left
set
of
of
where
stairs.
it is now.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
And 3 sets of tandem 2-space spots.
That's correct. Not that we'll use it, but yes,
It's required. Again, what we issue isn't just for
correct.
this current ownership, right? Like Kevin's questions, though, I mean, I think it's a high bar to, and it is up to the board's determination, is this substantially more detrimental? It's very subjective as a board where that's what we have to struggle with. That's why we're up here, right? So I think all my other questions, I'd like to understand the bedroom count in each unit. I believe you said this new third unit would just be 1 bedroom?
That's correct.
And what are the other ones?
Currently, there are, first floor, there's 1. We bought it, it was 3. We made it 1, so she could have a walk-in closet and laundry. Second floor has 2 bedrooms and an office, and the third unit would have 1 bedroom.
So 2 of the units are 1-bedroom, and 1 of the units is 2-bedroom with an extra room.
Correct.
Okay, I don't think I have any more questions. Board members, do you have any additional questions? Yeah, go ahead, Corinne.
I have one. I reviewed the plot plan again, and I just want to confirm that the driveway is 24 feet wide, the proposed driveway is 24 feet,
20.4.
no, 24 feet,
24, yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, wide,
24
Sorry.
wide, 21.3 deep.
right. Deep, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're going to go out to the public on this case. We're here on 9 MacArthur
Thank you.
Boulevard. If anybody'd like to speak on that, yes, right over there in the green shirt.
Bill Bradstreet, Town Meeting Member, Precinct 1, Essex Street. Will the addition of the widening require additional curb cut to
So,
get in there?
not the addition, the driveway you're talking about.
Yes, the driveway.
That's a good question. I will go out to our planning director on that.
Yep,
Mr.
It
Bryant.
would require a curb cut with the DPW, with the streets division.
They would apply through DPW to widen the curb cut to accommodate the new driveway if granted.
All right, so we don't know that until that happens.
It has to if we grant it, it has to happen. It's supposed, I should say, it's supposed to happen. But we're not the DPW. But well, I'll ask it again, so, a different way. So if this were granted, is it part of the permitting process, for
yeah.
occupancy or no?
Well, it's, so,
Is it one of the
whatever,
boxes that?
whatever, so this, if this gets voted on favorably, this plan has to get implemented, meaning that the driveway, if for some reason DPW says for some reason, I have no idea why in this particular case, but I really don't know.
That they couldn't do it?
If for some reason
Yeah.
they said that this is unsafe for some very particular reason, they would figure something else out and but either way, it wouldn't be significantly different than what you're seeing here. If anything, maybe something might get shifted over a few feet, but if anything, it would be for a safety reason,
And it
no
sound-
other reason.
It sounds like from what the applicant presented, they're widening by 6 feet, so the curb cut would change by 6 feet.
That was my question.
Thank you. And it's through the DPW. You got it. Anybody else here on 9 MacArthur Boulevard? Hearing, seeing none, if I could have the applicant back up to the...
Oh,
Mr. Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. I apologize. Come on up.
So I'm Katie Trujillo. I live at 11 MacArthur, so right next door. So, I mean, I see this driveway every single day,
Sure.
multiple times a day. So I've never been, I mean, as long as the other folks have lived there, prior to them purchasing this, I've never seen 4 cars in the driveway. I've only seen 2 cars in the driveway. I don't really know, I mean, I haven't seen the dimensions, but it just seems like it's a very tight spot there, and all of the cars have ended up on the street. So, from my perspective, I mean, can they really fit can you really fit that many in that space?
Well, by the, what they're proposing with the increased size and driveway.
Yep.
And I believe through the review of the planning department, it is enough space to fit 6 vehicles.
Okay.
Tandem.
So,
But go ahead. Yeah,
yeah,
Brian.
so the reason why it has to be 24 feet wide is that it has to be at least 8 feet wide by 20 feet long. They have just over 20 feet long and 24 feet wide, so it is compliant with our parking table.
So that's the only measure we can hold them to,
Okay,
and that's what they're proposing.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes
Are
sense.
you for or against this?
So I'm against this just because I understand what they're trying to do. I respect it. You know, someone that struggled to buy my first house, you know, I understand it's tough out there, but there's nothing to say that they can't sell, one of the children can't sell the property and then make that into a unit that gets rented all the time. And as the renters start to come in and out, the noise level, you know, there's already someone that lives adjacent to me that is playing music at 3 o'clock in the morning all the time. So the noise just is bothersome to me. So,
Very good. Thank you.
yep.
Anyone else here on 9 MacArthur Boulevard.
Hi, Donna Sharp, 7 MacArthur. We live to the right,
I'm sorry, your address again?
7 MacArthur.
Thank you.
And we are concerned about the driveway because we've lived with the people that lived there before. And if they're gonna be putting 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, it makes it really crowded when, like, we're trying to back out of our driveway to even see past if they end up having, I mean, the kids are gonna have girlfriends or whatever. I know they don't now, they said, but that doesn't mean when you have access to 2 on each side, it's gonna make it a little more difficult for us. So the driveway to us is a problem.
Sure, understood. However, this board can't control public parking, which I'm assuming is allowed on that street. What we can control is the requirement of the size of the driveway, which they are proposing.
No, I'm saying in the driveway. I'm not even talking about on the street, but in the street, they can't park there in the
Well,
winter.
I'm sorry, but so back me up. What is
I'm
it about the
saying that
driveway?
They're saying that the cars are gonna go 2 and 2, 2 and 2.
Tandem,
2 and
yep.
2.
Yes.
So it's like a parking lot there now, if they all have that. And us pulling out of our driveway, to be able to see past all of those cars, to stop pulling out of our driveway makes it more difficult,
I see.
is all
Okay,
I'm saying,
understood. Thank you.
okay?
Anyone else on 9 MacArthur?
Hi, my name is Mary Lou. I live on 11 MacArthur, so it's to the left of the property.
I'm sorry, Mary, could you say your last name again one
Oh,
more?
De Silva,
Thank you.
yeah. My concern is the parking. I really sympathize with Katie, and I've lived there for almost 12 years now. I don't see that more than 2 parkings have been capable, so I was really surprised to see. And I understand you have the numbers, however, visualizing, I'm still having a difficult time. Now, I'm the neighbor too, and I found that the previous neighbors were parking on my side, obviously over the lawn. So I just am concerned. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm sure that if the parking is created, that's the case. I'm also concerned with the tree in front of the house. Is that tree going to be removed to make access for the parking to come in for the cars?
We can ask the applicant that.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No, that'll be all.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
If you could come back to the podium. How about the tree? What can you tell us about the tree?
It's far away.
We're not going to be anywhere near the tree. We're going to
Okay.
be right where those front stairs are. It'll be 6 feet over, so we're not even going to be anywhere near the tree.
Okay, so the tree won't be
No, and
changing?
that was a big factor for our children, who said, no way are we even going to entertain
Sure.
it. They're tree lovers, and we wouldn't take the tree down,
So 2 things I also want to just reiterate. One, Town Engineering Department said this will require a stormwater permit, so you're aware of that, I'm sure. And secondly, the other part we discussed, which is a curb cut through the DPW. So you're aware of both of those items?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. All right, if there's no more public comment, I'll come back to the board and we'll deliberate. We'll start down there with you, Chris.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I have a question for
Oh, you have one? Yeah, sure.
Brian. Is that picture current?
It says the year usually. up on the
No,
left.
this image was captured in 2013. It just happens to be the most recent Google Street View. But it's quite old, which is odd.
There's a fence on the right-hand side now. Is that in, are you good?
So, can I go back to the applicant for,
Yeah, we're going to open, sorry, our board has one additional question, so if you could come back to the podium, we'll hold,
Mr. Chair, I have one more
you
question.
do too? All right, we got a couple more questions before we deliberate, sorry.
Thank you.
You want the applicant or the attorney?
the applicant?
Yeah.
So, granted that picture is from 2013, you said?
Yep.
In the drawings that you gave us, now, I went by this house last week. Has the front of the house changed? Because now on the plan, there's a window to the right of the front door. And in that picture there is no window to the right of the front door.
On the left side of the house? That, to me, I believe the house is exactly the same, absent the fence. But the proposed plan, because we're adding the second, the stairs that'll go up to the second unit, right. So the front door will stay on the left existing first floor unit. and we're taking down the deck,
Okay.
and that
confused.
second set of stairs will be closed into the,
So I think what I'm confused with is looking at this picture here, you see the front door. You have the double hung window to the right of it. When you flip back to the picture from 2013, you have the picture of the front door and the house ends and it goes back to the deck that is set back off a little bit.
so that window, I believe, will be in the common area, correct? Yep.
Hi, Tom McCormick, 9 Cassiotis Lane, Middleton, Mass. When you're referring to that window and the 2 windows above will be part of the addition
Okay,
that you see on your plan there. That's why it's not on the plan that you've seen on the pictures.
okay, perfect. I'm all
Okay,
set.
yeah,
Mr. Chairman,
hold on,
thank you.
and we have one additional question, if you could just stay up. Go ahead.
Did you do any research in the area in that neighborhood to see if there's any more three-family houses?
I personally don't believe so. I've talked to the planner that there are other 3 families, but I don't know specifically.
In that street, on that same street, there isn't?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, okay.
I just know if you look to the left and right, I thought they were 3 families, honestly, but they must be 2.
Okay,
They look like 3.
does that answer?
Okay, yep,
But
thank you.
the parking, yeah, and they park in the back in both left and right, which I didn't want to do to take privacy
Sure.
away.
Okay, I'm going to close questions, and we're going to deliberate. Very good. Chris, we'll start with you.
So, outside of the parking, I'm gonna vote in favor for this. I do appreciate that you're keeping the roof line the same, and the addition on the 3rd unit is not gonna exceed the existing height of the house. I just, the parking thing, I know you can have the 6 spaces, and I know everyone's gonna park on the street. I know the neighborhood, people park on that side of the street constantly. But what you're doing for your 3 kids, and probably gonna have the same problem someday, I will vote in favor of it. Thank you.
Very good, thank you, Chris. And Corinne?
I will not vote in favor of this. I do not like the parking situation at all, and I know that you can cram those 6 spaces in there, but I think it's too detrimental to the neighborhood. I swung around, came down MacArthur, and had to swing around to swing in front of your property, and I can't imagine what it would be like with 6 cars, and the 6 cars, if there is eventually 6 cars there, they will not park in tandem, they will not take the time to switch cars out, and they'll park in front. And I just think it will create a dangerous situation. I'm a no.
Thank you, Corinne. Ken?
Yeah, I admire what you're doing with your family, and it sounds like a very good idea, but I would hate to open it up to have others, put 3 families or try to convert, and I just don't think it's a 3-family, a multi-unit house dwelling neighborhood. I think it's maximum, I would say in that neighborhood, it seems like a nice suburban neighborhood. It's an R1, small plots, and I think maximum 2 families, so I will not vote for this.
Thank you. Kevin?
I will not vote for this. I think that, the dimensional requirements that we normally have for a multifamily, we give some relief to, or some leniency to, with our conversion bylaw. And I think because the conversion is already a special case, we owe town meeting strict fidelity to the special dispensation they've already given for conversions. And I think for the reasons I described with parking and the changing of the outer appearance of the building, I don't think we'd be giving strict fidelity to what is already an exception in our bylaws.
Thank you. I, too, think this is a case where I commend the applicant's drive and why they're doing it, but I feel like this house is not really equipped to be a 3-family. If the parking were different, I think I would change my tune on that, because as you've clearly have pointed out, you're not increasing the footprint of the building, but I do think the parking is too tight, and for that reason, I'm a no. So you don't have the votes. What would you like us to do? You can withdraw without prejudice. You can ask for a continuance if you were to come back with another plan. And if you could just come to the mic and let us know. Yeah, sure. To the mic, if you could.
Could you repeat the options, please?
So if we take, so right now you don't have the votes, you need a supermajority, which would be at least 4 members. And if you asked for a continuance, we would need some other plan. You
Yes.
can withdraw without prejudice. If we do take an actionable vote, then you wouldn't be able to come back before us for 2 years.
With the same plan, unless it's materially different.
Right.
Under 17.
Let me go up, I've got a hand up from the planning director, so I better go to him.
That last thing you said was correct. I just wanted a very quick point of clarification that, yes, this is a special permit, but a super majority is not required in this case. It is a simple majority
Okay.
because we are adding housing.
Sorry.
So, just as
Simple
a-
majority, but you still don't have the votes.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make
Thank you,
that distinction.
thank you for that clarification. Because it's a housing
Indeed.
request.
Yes.
So, I think based on the comments, I don't know if a continuance makes sense because I can't see a different parking plan that would suffice the board. So,
Okay. We would respectfully request a continuance.
okay. We have dates of October 6th, and if that's too close, October 20th. I would point out that if there was going to be a change in plan, that would have to be into our planning department the Thursday prior to those dates, as, so it can get sent out, or is it the Wednesday prior?
We typically like it the Tuesday prior to the main.
The Tuesday prior to either of those dates. So we have October 6th, October 20th, after that's November 10th.
If they are requesting a continuance, what, you want them to work on a new parking plan?
Yeah,
to-
I don't see any other option except a different parking plan.
Read that loud and clear, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
What date would you like?
20
Oh,
October.
hold on. What date were you looking at?
20 October?
20 October. So we'll have someone make a motion, and you can add your discussion at that point.
If those are the two that are being offered, then the latter one, I think, because I do think, as some of the other applicants who were requesting continuance is one of them, we realize getting the surveyors and the people out there to
Sure,
redraw
yeah.
things
That's
is
fine.
not the easiest task.
Yeah, so if someone could make a motion to continue this case to October 20th.
I make a motion to continue this case to October 20th, 2025.
And do I have
I second.
and then we have further discussion?
Oh, I was just saying, I don't think, for me, parking doesn't take care of the situation for me. I
Okay.
just didn't want to make it look like that took
Yep.
care of it for me.
No, that's clear, and I think the applicant has that. Okay. I've got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. We'll see you on October 20th.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sorry, Corinne, hold on one second.
Okay, take your time.
This isn't in order, so I started filling it out up here. Okay, if we could go on to our next case, please.
The next case is 12 Salvatore Circle, R2, map 41, lot 49. Request a finding for side setback encroachment of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family home where an addition is proposed to be located 10.9 feet from the lot line where 15 feet is required. Request made by Betsy Dumashall? Docket number 25-5114.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. We are the applicants for the proposed addition at 12 Salvatore.
Betsy
Bob Diodati
and-
and Betsy Dumichel.
And, I'm sorry, Mark?
Bob,
Bob, thank you.
Betsy.
Bob and Betsy, tell us what you'd like to do.
We're seeking the board to give us a finding to allow for a 16 by 24-foot addition to our home. The existing structure is non-conforming to the current side setback requirement. The addition is no more non-conforming than the existing structure. We have letters from our 5 direct abutters expressing that they have no objections or concerns to this. Our neighborhood has seen several additions in the last couple of years, few years. These houses are quite small, mostly post-war ranches, and the additions, we believe, have enhanced the neighborhood and increased all of our property values in addition to the neighborhood aesthetics. We downsized quite a few years ago, and now there are grandchildren who want to stay with us, and we found ourselves downsized a little too much.
Okay, I think I understand that.
And we'll take
Is
questions.
there anything else you'd like to present?
That's it.
Okay, very good. We'll start down there with you, Kevin.
I guess, did you consider any other additions that you could have done by right instead of this one, which requires a finding and that it's into the setback and?
If we had added on to looking at the home, if we had added on to the left side where the detached garage is, I believe we would have been able to stay within the current setback requirement, but we would have lost our one-car detached garage. We
And-
also have a really nice backyard for a city-type neighborhood. It's quite peaceful back there, and this addition allows us to still have a really nice area for family.
Okay, and as I understand the plan, a bedroom and a bathroom essentially is
Correct.
what would go in the addition, right?
Right.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. Ken?
So, how much are you impeding the setback more than it is right now? Because it looks like you're,
It's less.
I believe the
Yeah, it's
setback
actually
requirement
less.
is 15 feet, and we're 10 and a half.
yeah,
But
because
it's already 9.5 right now. The front of
Yeah.
the front of the house is 9.5
It's all-
feet. Yeah.
a little further, right?
Mhm.
All right,
So,
so
yeah.
the back setback is fine.
No,
Back setback is fine.
The
Yeah,
back,
the back is plenty.
Side setback.
Oh, yeah,
we're
the
talking
rear
about.
set, yeah, the
Yeah,
rear setback
the
is
rear.
totally fine, yeah.
All right, I have no other questions.
Thank you. Corinne?
Actually, you were right. We've had several neighbors come in, and it appears that their additions have come out nice. They've enhanced the neighborhood. And we do, since I am the clerk, we have a list of your neighbors. And Brian, I'll just read the neighbors' names and what their street address is into the record. And they're all in favor of the project. So you have Antoinette Anderson at 12 Salvatore Circle, Lisa Cassidy, oh no, wait a minute, you're 12.
10, so.
10 Salvatore Circle, Lisa Cassidy at 98 Forest Street, Scott and Kathy Knowles at 14 Salvatore, and Louise McSweeney at 11 Salvatore Circle. So
I think there's one more.
We have one more.
Oh, did I
Jamie
miss
and
one?
Eileen King.
Oh, Jamie and Eileen King at 96 Forest Street. And I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris?
No questions, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
I don't think I have, I just want to know, does this addition include, and I'm just going to summarize here, we're looking to, it looks like the setback of the addition would be at 10.9 and 11.1. And does that include the overhang?
Yes.
It does. Okay. And I, too, do not have any additional questions. I'll go out to the public. Is anybody here on Salvatore, is it Circle?
Yes.
Salvatore Circle. All right, hearing, seeing none. I'll come back to the board, and Kevin, we will deliberate and start with you.
I would vote in favor of this. I think it is much along the lines of other things we've approved. I think there was one that I was here for a month or so ago where it was somebody expanding their garage along, same kind of thing. So I think very much in keeping. It helps that the neighbors are all in support. I do. There's a piece here I haven't quite come up with a good mental test on, it's always about increments, right? So if the existing property were 24 feet and they want to double it, essentially double the linear feet that are in that side setback. Seems substantial. If it was 10% more, it seems insubstantial.
Sure.
So I don't have a great mental test on that yet, but I think in general I would vote for this.
Very good. And Ken?
I also would, I'll vote for this. Yep.
Thank you, Ken. Corinne?
I will vote for this.
Thank you. And Chris?
I will vote for this as well, thank you.
Yes, and I did a site visit to this property. I commend you. It looks like it's very well kept, and it does look like a great neighborhood. And I hope you get to move your little patio area over and recreate it. And I can see you needing the additional space on a smaller size home. It's a pre-existing non-conforming, so I see this as not detrimental in any way. So with that said, I too will vote in favor, and if I could get a motion, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant a finding for side setback encroachment of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family home where an addition is proposed to be located 10.9 feet from the lot line where 15 feet is required, and that the alteration or change to the non-conforming structure is not substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood.
I've got a motion. Can I get a second, please?
I second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Very good, and good luck. See the planning department for your permits. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Alternation.
Okay.
Did I read the
and,
typo like Ron Burgundy?
I don't know.
I will go to our last case for the evening.
The last case for the evening is 28 Putnam Lane, I believe. R3, map 23, lot 42, requests a finding for rear setback encroachment of an above-ground pool which replaces a larger above-ground pool that will be located 4.2 feet from the property line where 8 is required. Request made by Laura Kent. Docket number 25-5113.
Just before you start, board members, in our packets, we were given the prior decisions on this address. I just want to make it clear that both Putnam Lane and Putnam Street were in our packets. Obviously, Putnam Street is not related to this address, so just keep that in mind. The bottom two decisions are not associated with this property. So it looks like our last finding was 1993 at this address. So with that said, if you could introduce yourself and go ahead.
I'm Joshua Sampson, Laura Kent's son, regarding 28 Putnam Lane. Yes, our pool was collapsed. It was 32 years old. We want to get a new one. It was non-conforming, and from what I understand, the new pools that you can buy, the closest one we can find to that size that exists now is going to be 6.5 inches wider, just on the railing that goes around the top of the pool. The pool is the same size, from the statement I have from her. And it was previously approved from a finding for a pool that was 2 feet shorter in the same width. And apparently the only pool we can find to replace our collapsed pool is the same exact size pool, but the railing would be 6.5 inches wider, which would put it 4 feet and 2 inches from the property line, where it would be non-conforming, because I believe it's supposed to be 8 feet from what I understand.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I didn't catch your last name.
Sampson.
Sampson, thank you. Is that all you got for us? Ready for questions?
Yeah, I got a packet here. It's the zoning board application. I believe you probably.
Yeah, we have the
we're
same
looking-
thing.
Yeah.
Before, Mr. Sampson, I go out to the board, I do want to go to our planning director.
Sure.
Brian, so there's not a decision for this prior pool, am I correct?
No.
In that?
Correct.
Okay,
we could
and
not,
also, before I go out to the board, there's both a barn and a shed on this property. Are either of those there through permit?
I have no idea, but I know they've been there for, yeah.
Ever?
I
Yeah,
don't,
before-
I don't know is the short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start down there with you, Chris.
The new pool is literally gonna fall in the exact same spot outside of the railing? Outside of
Correct.
the
So,
railing
like,
around the top of it?
From the statement here, I can give it to you, but yeah, it's gonna be the same exact size pool, but the railing is gonna be 6.5 inches wider. So it would be like, just not from the ground, yeah, just the railing above the pool, because it's an above-ground pool, would be that much wider than what was previously there.
Okay. I'm all set, thank you.
Thank you. Corinne?
I'm confused now, because if you go to the previous docket, isn't there on March 6th of '93, isn't there relief to put in an above-ground pool?
Oh, there is, I'm sorry. You're right, and I did not see that.
So there should be, so there were two decisions that were associated with this property, the one.
Yep.
And one of them had to do with the house that is not included in. It shouldn't, there's one that is the house, I don't believe is included in your packet. But the minutes and the decision for the pool should be in your packet.
I didn't see the minutes for the pool, but I see it on this.
Yeah, the decision for the pool is docket number 93-2687. And in 1994, a year later, there's a decision to construct an addition to the structure closer to the rear lot line than allowed.
Right, so there,
So there was an addition added in 1994, and in 1993, there was allowance to install above-ground pool accessory to a non-conforming single dwelling.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering
I
if
mean,
it got.
there was certainly an addition approved. I don't know if it was built, because it's not apparent to me from that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they got the addition, maybe. Maybe the permit was never pulled.
Here it is, so.
I can give you that number if you want, 94.
No, here it is. It's the 93 decision in minutes. So it got put into this, you guys know, we're having this bad sharing problem related to our file folder
IT got you
directory
down.
Yeah.
funness. Anyway, so it got put into your packet, but
Yes.
it didn't get updated. So it is in your, it is here. I can put it up if you would like.
Well, I think we're just trying to,
Well,
so,
because,
go ahead, Corinne.
this is so generic what it says, as far as like, there's nothing about being too close to the property line, or it doesn't state the relief, just that they gave relief to install an above-ground pool.
And I'd like to understand if there was indeed an addition put on in 94. Because I don't think that, it doesn't
So-
look like that could have happened too.
Well, the first one is the finding for the decision in 1993 says that the decision, the decision was that they find that the pool increases the nonconformity and will further find the pool is not substantially more detrimental than what exists. So there was, and that goes through the motions, but they're really, the board member says the back of the property has a very steep slope and questioned where the pool will be located. And then they went through that conversation. But it was really, the decision is the minutes essentially from 1993. That's how it was done. But not much
So
information
I'm wondering,
in there.
like, it's,
Yep.
I mean, we basically already granted them relief to put this pool in. Now that it caved in, like, again, we didn't give them, it seems from the decision, we didn't give them the relief to put it to, like, closer to the lot line, right?
There is some verbiage here, it says less area and frontage, but it
Yeah,
doesn't. Just-
it got put in because, or sorry, the nonconformity was the square footage of the lot and the frontage and the accessory building, there it is, the accessory building not meeting setbacks, this needs a rear setback for the pool. So they were just saying that it still needed, the pool still needed a rear setback.
Not be in the rear setback.
Yeah, it could not be in the rear
So
setback.
this granted them the ability to do that.
Right, but it was weird that they called it a finding because it was other things that were related, that were unrelated to the pool that were making it non-conforming. They were talking about the lot.
Right.
This is a weird one.
Well, but also they didn't mention like how far it was going into the rear
No,
setback
even the decision does not mention that.
So he does, I mean, could he, as of right, just rebuild it then? If he already has one, even though it's going to be 6
Yeah, I
feet?
guess I would have that same question.
If I were him, which I'm not, but I would want to button it up. I would say that
Okay.
this is where I'm able to put this pool, and here's because nothing was
Okay.
filed at the registry previously for this one.
Okay,
So this will button this up forever
okay,
in terms
This
of
is
whatever.
gonna define
It'll define where the pool
where
should be
the pool
located
is.
because a plan is associated with the decision,
okay.
and it's much cleaner.
Go ahead, Green. You're on a roll.
You answered all my questions, thank you. That's all I have for now, but you might want to come
Okay.
back to me.
Yeah,
So I just want to clear this up, the rear set, Mr. Director, Mr. Zacchelli. The rear setback for R3 is 20. 20 feet is needed, not 8.
Correct. This is
this is R3.
This is R3. It's, yes, 20 from the back.
20 is the rear setback.
Okay.
And they're gonna be four.
And, yeah, I have no other questions. I just wanted to clear
Sorry,
that up because I know you said 8.
4.2.
Yeah,
Is that right? Do I have that right?
That's what I have written here, yeah, 4.2.
yep.
Right. It's likely that the other pool was in roughly the same location, but we don't know because there was
It
no
wasn't
plan
captured.
and it wasn't in the
Gotcha.
decision.
Wasn't
That's what I'm saying.
registered and wasn't captured. Got it.
Okay.
Now it's collapsed.
Thank you.
Kevin, on to you.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, from
Sure.
Mr. Zacchelli. So it seems like a finding was improperly granted at one point. Like the proper standard of relief before may not have been a finding.
Yeah,
But
it's possible it could have been something, it should have been something else in 1993, but was blessed by the ZBA at that time.
So, and the way to correct, the way to further bless something that may not have been a finding is it's possible it should not have been a finding, but we will further bless it by issuing another finding?
Well, now it's before the board for something that is certainly a pre-existing non-conforming condition. It's not through a variance or a special permit, it was a finding. So that was well over 10 years ago. So you can say that you're still, so, that alone should allow you to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I understand. What's on the property on the other side of where that fence is? What's behind it?
Towards the neighbor's property.
There's a
Yeah,
direct abutter.
It was correct that it is like some flat yard there, and then it is like a steep little incline, and then they have like a fence that actually encloses like their nice yard and everything, so it's pretty like barricaded and you can't even see like the other property, and we maintain like down there and like around the pool, even though like the lines are right up against the pool basically, so that
Okay.
helps, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. Mr. Sampson, tell me about the large structure that's to the left of your driveway.
Yeah, so that's like an overhead, like, basically for the cars. There's like the garage for a single car, and then there's like a 2-car overhead.
Overhead?
Like a
I don't-
roof, like a metal
Gazebo thing.
roof just to park under. Canopy,
Well, so
sure.
let me back up. So how long have you owned the home?
My mother's the homeowner, which I apologize, she can't be here. But I would, after the all that 1993 stuff, I would say 90 or 2000, 99 or 2000.
So you guys have owned it for some number of years?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, and how long's this carport structure been there?
Quite a while, I would say maybe a good 10 years or less. I'm not exactly sure on that one.
And what can you tell me about both the barn and the shed? Were they there?
They've been
on the-
there since before we bought the property.
Okay, so they
Because
were
I know
already
like
there.
there's like a corner of the barn that's non-conforming, and yeah, the shed's been there and it just sits there. We don't even use it. It's a tiny little thing, but yeah, that was all there. The only thing we added was that the carport. Okay, that's what the term. That
Yeah,
they
well,
called the
that-
car.
that-
Yeah, there it is.
And that carport has electricity in it?
No.
Well, I saw a light hanging up in there.
A working light?
I mean,
kinda like-
I don't live there.
Maybe it was like a cord was running over from an outlet from the house. Not to my knowledge, there's electricity
Okay.
in there. I've never seen, there's a lamp post like across from it.
All right, and I did reach out to the building, through Mr. Zakelli about whether this structure requires permitting or not, but we didn't hear back. I guess I don't have any additional questions. It sounds like you are replacing a pool that a prior finding didn't have defined placement as to where it was going. And the way I look at this, that's just being added, that it's gonna be 4.2 feet from the property line. Is that what you're asking for?
Yes. From what I understand, the only difference to what we're gonna replace is 6.5 inches to the width, but just above, like not to the structure on the ground. It's just a railing going around.
Well,
it.
also,
It's gonna
but,
be
so
like-
just to be clear, what this board wants to know is how far away from the property line you're going to be with whatever.
Oh, right. I
Okay,
believe
so
that was
well, hold on, let
oh,
me just
okay.
spell it out for you. So, in R3, the requirement is 20 feet, and you're asking for a setback of 4.2, according to this plan that was submitted. So, as long as that is what we're talking about, I guess I have no further questions. Corinne, go ahead.
So just to recap, the original pool was 4.8, and this overhang is 6
6 inches.
inches, so
Right.
now it's 4.2.
Yeah, I think that's what.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And you just mentioned about the fence. You said that there's additional property, and then that you maintain, that's actually your neighbors, and then there's the fence. So is the fence for the pool not on your property?
No, the fence it's like on the pool. So there's another fence, like a fence
Oh,
into
another
the
fence.
ground, like up above, on top of the hill, small little incline. That actually encloses the yard that the neighbors there keep. Even though their property line comes,
Up to your, almost to your
yeah,
pool?
yeah, it's like, it looks like it's our yard because it's like their yard's enclosed by a fence deeper into their property.
Okay.
Yeah, a separate fence
Okay.
into the ground, yeah.
Okay, all right. And then a question for Brian, if I
Yeah, go
may.
ahead, sure.
So would this be an amendment to the finding, or is this like an initial finding?
So I think because there was so much, like, little information in that first one, I would just do this as a new finding to, increase there was a pool there. It has now been destroyed. You're now, looking at to replace a pool that was already been, gone through the ZBA. So I would say that it's a finding because it is technically, the railing is getting closer.
Okay. Okay.
And
No further
Brian, on
questions.
that note, though, so this would be registered with the Register of Deeds?
All decisions that you do they're supposed, before they are issued a building permit for anything,
Yeah.
whatever, if they went through the ZBA, they have to record that at the registry before they're given a building permit. That happens a lot of the time, but, sometimes that doesn't happen. But-
So,
but
and it
but-
didn't in this 1993 decision?
Yeah, there's probably lots of decisions in the 80s, 90s, all over, not just here in Danvers.
Sure,
that-
yeah.
that
No, I-
maybe,
I-
maybe they didn't get recorded, so, you know.
And on that same vein, so do we know anything about the 1994 decision that granted
That had to do with the house, it had to do with.
construction to construct an addition? I'm just trying to understand if this addition actually happened.
It does not look like it's happened because they have not broken any setbacks at all, other than the pool.
Okay. I guess where I'm going with this is, did we give the house an addition, and that's why the pool's further back? So was the house skinnier at one point?
There'd be no reason to give a house in this.
configuration,
Because, yeah,
yeah.
it's within, because it's within the it's within the
It
setback.
meets
in-
the
In all
setback.
respects, so I would say I say everything is pointing towards, they went through this process, they were granted it, and decided not to go through with it.
Okay. Okay. That's it. We'll go out to the public, and we're here on 28 Putnam Lane. Okay, seeing, hearing none, I will come back to the board. I believe I started with you, Chris. We will deliberate.
I will be voting in favor of this. Thank you.
Very good.
Um,
Kareem.
I will vote in favor of this.
And Ken.
I'll vote for this too. But in the back is Townsend's oil anyways, right? So it's like an industrial.
No, that's residential.
Oh, in the back? I thought I saw Townsend oil.
This is
Putnam Lane, not
Ooh,
street.
see, I was on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I will still vote for it.
Okay.
My bad. I gotta go to this now.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I'll vote for it.
Very good. And I'm not happy with that carport. I think it's unsightly, very oversized.
Yeah,
Considering you have a barn on the property
Yeah.
and a shed.
yeah.
I think this is kind of overkill. But that's got nothing to do with this pool. I still question whether that should be there or not be there. But I will vote in favor, so if I could get a motion.
Motion to grant a finding for the rear setback encroachment of an above-ground pool, which replaces a larger above-ground pool that will be located 4.2 feet from the property line where 8 is required, and that the alternation or change to the non-conforming structure is not substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood.
I've got a motion. Can I get a second?
I second.
Sorry,
Ken.
further discussion. Is
yeah,
this
no,
a
this-
two-part finding or one?
No, it's a one, but there's the mistake, sorry, it's a Scrivener's error, it's where 20 feet is required.
And-
But that was just a copy-paste mistake.
I believe it's also an error that says which replaces a larger above-ground pool. I think we've heard that the existing pool was
Was actually, yeah. so-
actually slightly smaller.
Correct.
Yeah, correct. That's the other way
So
around.
Alright,
it was
hold on.
applied for as a pool that was slightly larger,
Right.
but not true.
Do we need them to reread it?
I think if we take out what's in the parentheses and then say that's where 20 feet is required, then that's buttoned up.
Chris,
good.
let it rip again, please.
Motion to grant a finding for rear setback encroachment of an above-ground pool that will be located 4.2 feet from the property line where 20 feet is required, and that the alternation or change to the non-conforming structure is not substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood.
We got it?
Got it.
Yeah, you have a second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, with that said, any business for us? I think you sent us out digital packets of a new zoning bylaw book.
Yeah, so that's
Would you
basically.
like everybody to review?
Well, so I know that, so the content should be great. Right now, the problem is the table of contents. I'm having, but I wanted to make sure that everyone had the content in terms of section numbers and all that stuff. So we have not gone to print yet, but at least I wanted to get it out so it's usable, because it's usable now. The only, the hyperlinks are
Yeah,
not, and those are very helpful. I use those as well.
Yep.
So those are not set yet, but you can at least go to every section and find what you need and implement the bylaw. So the hope is that we're going to have it for next meeting in 2 weeks. If something changes, I'll let people know.
Excellent. Okay, with that said, a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Oh, somebody's gonna make the
Oh,
motion. Chair
I make
can't do it.
a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second down there. All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Good night, Danvers.
Good night.